Good morning. This is XPulse AI Morning Mix. It's Monday, April 20th, 2026. Today, a huge funding round for Cursor. Anthropic jumps into conversational design tooling and a major memory move tied to Nvidia's Vera Rubin. I've got Orion with me. Ready?
Ready, let's do it.
We're starting with the biggest business headline, Cursor and a massive round. What's the report?
CNBC reported on April 19th that Cursor, also known as Anysphere, is in advanced talks to raise at least $2 billion at a valuation above $50 billion. The round is said to be co-led by Andreessen Horowitz and Thrive Capital, with Nvidia expected to join strategically, and it's reportedly oversubscribed.
What's driving that kind of price tag, traction or pure AI fever?
Both, but traction is the story. Reports say Cursor is around $2 billion in annual recurring revenue. That's eye-popping. It signals developer tooling has become a frontline battleground, and also, yes, investors are treating coding assistants like the new operating system layer.
On the product side, Anthropic is making a play in design. What did they launch?
Nicholas Rhodes reported on April 18th that Anthropic announced Claude Design, a conversational design studio. The pitch is, describe what you want in natural language, and it generates visual prototypes, slide decks, and marketing assets, with the workflow living directly inside a chatbot-style interface.
Is this a chat becomes the app moment for creative tools?
It could be. If the chat interface can reliably produce on-brand assets and iterate fast, it compresses a bunch of handoffs, brief first-draft revisions, into one loop. The risk is quality and control, but the direction is clear. Fewer menus, more intent.
Let's shift to infrastructure. Memory, specifically. What's happening with SK hynix and Nvidia?
Seoul Economic Daily reported on April 20th that SK hynix has begun mass production of a 192-gigabyte SOCAMM2 AI memory module intended for Nvidia's Vera Rubin accelerator. SK hynix says it doubles bandwidth versus RDIMM and cuts power use by about 75%, with shipments slated for the second half of 2026.
Why is memory the headline, not the chip?
Because inference is often memory-bound. If you can feed accelerators faster without melting your power budget, you get more useful throughput per rack. It's not glamorous, but it's the difference between fast model and fast system.
All right, let's hit the rest, starting with voice and developer adjacent tools. What stood out?
MarkTech Post says xAI launched standalone Grok speech-to-text and text-to-speech APIs for enterprises, reported April 19th. So they're selling voice infrastructure separate from the chatbot. An Adely Post reported April 18th that Schematik raised $4.6 million led by Lightspeed to build an AI-assisted hardware design platform, basically Cursor for hardware.
Staying with infrastructure, are data centers actually getting built on schedule?
Not always. Humai, citing a Sightline climate analysis reported April 19th, says only 5 of 16 announced gigawatts of AI data center capacity for 2026 are under construction, with long lead times for transformers and related equipment. Translation: press releases are easy, grid hardware is not.
And the big money compute chess match, any notable signals there?
PANews reported April 18th that OpenAI and Nvidia are each committing roughly $20 billion toward inference compute, and that Cerebras filed for an IPO at an estimated $35 billion valuation. It's one report, so treat it carefully, but the theme is consistent. Inference is where the durable demand is landing.
Last beat, policy and adoption. Who's leaning in hardest?
Business Insider reported April 18th that JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, and peers are rolling AI across workflows and training thousands as AI stewards. Capital Brief on April 19th says National Australia Bank is urging businesses to accelerate as about half of Australian small businesses now use AI. Investing.com on April 19th adds Morgan Stanley's view: developers stay essential even as tasks shift. Tech Edition on April 19th notes AI risk warnings are now mainstream in government assessments.
That's XPulse AI Morning Mix from XPulse for Monday, April 20th, 2026. If this helped, share it with a colleague who lives in tabs and timelines. See you next time.